Hello, I'm Marnel from Miemie's Keepsakes, and I'm back with Junk Journal July. It's the last day today. Can you believe it? Last day of July. But yeah, we made it all the way through to the end of July. I participated in Junk Journal July for the first time, and I really enjoyed doing this. I will definitely do it again. I didn't use all the prompts, but I used as many as I could because I decided to not do a journal, but to use my journal that I'm currently using for my personal journaling and use the prompts to decorate my pages or as journaling prompts. So prompt 1 and 2 were journaling prompts, so I wrote about that. And then I did a layered tag, which is this one, and it has a time card on here, which I layered with a cluster that I made on a video, a mass make video. Then I have this little tag in the back peeking out with washi tape on it, and some die cuts and a little quote about goals. And behind all of this, I used all of this as journaling spots. And then I wrote in here, I added this photo of my daughter's prom, and then a vintage postcard that went beautifully with the colors, and I used that for journaling too. So I ended up using this for 1, 2, I think about 4, 5, 6 days of journaling. So a lot of people say, why do you have a junk journal? Is it just to look at? I like to write in my journal. I like to make journals that is writable. And then I wrote about Junk Journaling July and participating for the first time on the back of my prompts as well. And then the next day was actually, the next one was this one, and it was a fold out. So I made a double fold out, and it was also wallpaper. So I used this wallpaper that reminded me of the wallpaper that was in our bedroom while we were growing up. Again, there is a lot of journaling space, so I wrote 2 days of journaling on here. I added some photos. I wrote on the steno card, on the back of the steno card. Then over here, if you flip it over, it's just decorative, but then in here I wanted to do some personal journaling that I don't want people to necessarily see when they flip through my journal. So I wrote that in there. So this again is 1, 2, 3, 4 days of journaling on one page. Because some days you don't have a lot to say. Like sometimes I would just take a photo and write my journaling on the back of the photo, and that's enough for that day because not a lot happened, and that's okay because I don't even journal every day. If I have nothing to say, I don't journal. Then this one is, I used the prompt bouquet. What number was bouquet? Does it matter? I don't know. Let's take out the prompt list and see. Bouquet was number 7, prompt 7. And I was inspired by Kate from Kate Space. I will try to remember the link the channel. She just puts papers down on her pages, and it just looks beautiful. And I intentionally didn't glue everything flat on my page because I wanted to look dimensional like her stuff does. And then I also used the photo. I didn't write on this page as well. I just wanted to make it about this photo because all the journaling in here is about that. And then I have some dried flowers from my garden that I added some matte medium on top, and so it won't break. It's like plastic on here. And also these little German cutouts, it reminded me from elementary school. We used to put these on our notebooks for decorations. The girls did, not the boys. And then I included some of the invoices and other things that I bought from Wishes and Weeds, because I always try to include that stuff when I buy it in my book before I use all of it, because that happens. And then this was, let's see, I made myself a little list. This was clashing patterns. I know they doesn't really clash, and somebody did comment on it. This is the best I could do. I can't just add patterns together that has no cohesiveness. So I choose kind of clashing, the circles is not flowery. They all come from different paper packs, and this is a printable, I think this one too. And I just kind of felt like I'm gonna just glue everything down. So the colors coordinate, but I feel it's kind of clashing. Anyway, I made 2 pockets on this side, and then other prompt that I used was fussy cutting, so I added this fussy cut from a book that I did, and there's journaling space on the back, and I used this greeting card and cut it down a little bit, and there's journaling in there. And on this side there's another big pocket, and there's journaling on here. I included a photo, and then also journaling on this piece of paper. So as you can see, these pages might look busy and you feel like there's no, why is it just for looking? But there's lots of space for journaling. I add some gold paint splatters and some washi, and these ribbons that I bought as well, and this waxed paper flower that I made I have a mass make video for that as well, and some ruffles. And then the next one, this one, and then this one also was about the prompt timeout. That was a journaling. I used it as a journaling prompt, so timeout was used on this one as well. This one was dyed. That was prompt 12. Nature was prompt 14, and texture was 15. So what I did here was I was doing some eco dyeing with my lavender, and so I added this page in here before I use everything. I have a quote that I stamped on here. The texture here is some packaging and some sari silk ribbon that I added. So nature, dyed, and texture, and these are 2 big pockets with again, this is some of my in-between pages for eco dyeing in there. I have a couple of photos in there as well, and then here I have some mail that I received after I won the 3 Pigs tags, and this is from Beth, from Yes I Made It Myself, and Kathy Zorin. Added that in there, and so it was a big page for writing as well. So again, this was 3 days of journaling. I probably could have done more, and I can still add more papers in here, but I don't want my book to be too bulky of my journal. So the next one was Go To Palette, which was prompt 17, and Cutout prompt 15. So this is my cutout. It's a vintage hanky that had this cutout already with these beautiful gold texture paint on there, and then again journaling space on there. And on this side, so it was Go To Palette. I don't know, pink is not my favorite color, but when I'm journaling, this kind of rosy pink, it's just what I pick. As soon as I'm stuck, I go to rosy pink. So, But it's not my favorite color, but it is my go-to palette. So I just included a vintage letter in here that I also received, and a vintage postcard that's just beautiful, and I just wanted to make sure that I get some of this lovely goodness before I add it all into my journal. And this is just layered washi, texture based, all kinds of stuff in this vintage measuring tape that I found. And then the next one was tucked away, black and white, and focus. I used focus again as a journaling spot. Tucked away, I found this page what I was looking for. It's a very old page, and you can see that I think it's from 1886 or 96, but it's a very old page, and they spilled their ink on the book. So the front part of the book, all the pages looks like this, and I just thought I have to save this for me. So I didn't even write anything on here, but I could write journaling, and it doesn't always have to be chronologic. I would sometimes come back, say August the 3rd, and write something in here and just write the date on there. It's all good. It doesn't have to be, 27th, 26th, 28th, 29th. Don't go backwards. So I would do 27 and 26, and then the 3rd of August, and maybe even squeeze something in there in September. Why not? It's my journal. So I just tucked these little goodies in there, original things that I found as well, that I wanted to make sure that I have some of it. So that's tucked in my little glassine envelope that I got from Camille. Thank you, Camille. Some textured wallpaper. Then the next one was maximalism and paint splatters, and I did forget about the paint splatters in the video, so I added that afterwards. I was intending to do it and just totally forgot. Anyway, so the paint splatters are just here in these corners. I want it kind of to be the opposite here, because there's two gold shiny butterflies on each side, just to kind of balance it out, because it is an incredibly busy page. It is maximalism, so that was the intention. And what I did is I kind of grabbed things that I really like, again, things that I want to use in my book or my journal before I use it up for journals that I'm making. So I was inspired by this, was Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. She always makes these busy master boards, and I thought, and then she cuts them up, but I thought I want to do something like this in here, and I have some stamps, vintage seed packets, again from some of those German cutouts. This is a book that I found on beautiful flowers. There's just a lot of things, a little bit of lace, everything that I like, and I just added the date there, and that no journaling this day, just gluing. And then I didn't journal on the 29th. The next one was the last one we did. Was it yesterday, Saturday, I think? So this one was peaceful, stripped back, stenciling, and my favorite quote. So what I wanted to do is this page should just look peaceful and not busy, especially after this page. Just turn and think, okay, it's time to just rest and feel but peaceful. I also included that in my journaling on this day. I wrote about what I'm doing at the moment. I'm cutting back and I'm trying to organize and de-stash in my entire house, and I was writing about that. So those two were journaling prompts for me again. And then I used a stencil on here, and this leaf on the vellum is a stencil too, and my quote is a stencil too. It's one of my favorite quotes. I can't say that I have just one favorite quote. So it says, laugh as much as you breathe. And this was a stencil. That's why I bought the stencil, is because of the quote. So I just love that. And then I just did some journaling on this side. And that is it. So tomorrow is a blank page to start a new month, and a lot of things will happen in August. I'll have a very busy month again, but that's life. It should be busy, I think. Anyway, thank you for following along with Junk Journals, Junk Journal July, and I want to thank Meg from Meg's Journals for organizing the challenge, putting the prompts together, getting organizing people to, other channels to participate each day. There's a lot of things that goes on creating all of this that we don't always know about. It is a lot of work. So thank you, Meg, and thank you all for you guys for watching. And I really appreciate all of you. I know I've been kind of on and off in July, and I think in August it will be a little on and off again. But life is busy, and in September I'll be back in full swing with hopefully lots of things happening. But thanks to all of you, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe or leave a comment and let me know if you enjoyed videos like this. Like journal with me videos. I can do more of them, but I don't know if that's something that you guys are interested in. Let me know. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. It will be a brand new month. Bye.